I'm on. Whoa, hey, whoa, we're live on the radio here, buddy. There you go. www. Ho, 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 ho. Hey, we
Hello.
do. Hello, guys. How are you?
Great. Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Hey, guys, we are live on the radio. We are at Access Radio, Country Radio, and I got to tell you, we have mega sensation and mega band here right with us via Zoom because we can't do anything in person anymore. Well, they're in Michigan anyway. So anyway, we want to welcome you guys to the show. Man, you guys got some great hits going on there. We're going to start with you, young lady, because you're in my face right now. Let me tell you, what a song that you guys are coming out. Vern Gosling's song, Chiseled in Stone. You guys got some great reaction to that. And I'm going to tell you right here on Open Air that's got to be the best version of that song I've heard.
Oh, that means a lot. Thank you very much. Thank you.
What gave you guys the idea to do Old Vern's song?
We grew up with our dad singing and playing every weekend, just like, we did before COVID, and he had his band rehearsals there. So our house was always a place with constant music. And that was one of his favorites to perform, and quickly became one of our favorites to hear as adults. As kids, you don't really see how important those songs are until you get older and then look back on them. So we had a scare with our dad this year, health-wise. So we wanted to get it recorded just to make him proud and just to have it in our family. It started that way, and then it just blew up after we got it mastered.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't know that the Enemy Line are brother and sister. You're not husband and wife like some people think. Yeah, you guys laugh about it every time. You guys must get that a lot, though. Are you husband and wife or what? Like, you must get that a lot. I didn't know that until the cabin. You guys were on the cabin earlier this week with us. Great new show. But I got to tell you, when I first started listening to you guys and singing, the three is there. You're missing one today. He's out with the COVID, actually. Let's talk about your drummer a little bit so we can get some stuff into him. And now that I got you here, sir, let's talk about your drummer. How's he doing?
He's up and down right now. He was feeling pretty crappy, and then he said he started feeling better, and then he went back downhill. We actually had thrown him the Zoom code for the cabin, and he was like that morning, yeah, I'm not going to make it. He's like, I look and feel terrible. So our prayers are always out with him.
Let's throw out his name there so we know who he is.
Cody Martinez.
Cody Martinez.
Yes.
You know what? Our prayers are out with him, and it must be tough being a band and having one of the members out. Just because you're getting so successful, and he's missing a lot of these interviews and a lot of this stuff being down. How do you feel about that? Being down one member with COVID. How are you guys making out through the whole COVID thing?
It kind of makes it a little rocky on the inside of the band type thing, because there's not a lot of communication going on right now, and it's hard to get back and forth with each other, obviously. And but about once a week we actually touch base, and he makes me feel better. I'm like, oh, I haven't heard from you in a week. Are you okay? So, yeah, he's pulling through. He's doing very well.
So let's talk about your number one single here, Chiseled in Stone, with you. How do you feel about singing Old Vern's song? As knowing the success that song had in the past, were you not a little nervous about releasing that?
I was. there's actually, it's a huge honor to be able to do anything that guy does, and he's a legend in his own right. And I don't think you can go through any country music, anything, and mention his name without everybody knowing who the man is, you know what I mean? And when we first decided to do the song, I called Kimmy and I'm like, oh my gosh, have you heard Chris Young's version of this song? And she's like, no. I'm like, I don't even want to try to sing this song after I heard his, because he did such an amazing job, And
then you get some asshole like me telling you that the version that you've done is the best version I have heard in my career.
which is so flattering.
It's so different. It's the same, but so different in the same way. You guys put a little bit of that rock twist into it for some reason. It could be the look of the video. It could be just your voice, young lady. But man, it is just something that is now in my personal library. And I got to tell you, you hit my personal library and you're going to go somewhere. Because and the other thing is, if you hit Access Radio, we don't pick just anybody to come on our show, because we are a real radio station. So we got our bills to pay too. And when I threw your stuff into a friend of mine who is quite let's say in the music biz for a long time, he couldn't believe the sound that came out of your mouth, young lady. That where has this girl been? So I've sent that song to probably 30 of my friends in music, and I have not got one bad feedback from any of them. So, what's next for you guys? You've got a new single coming out. What is that?
That is Made for Loving You is what we're releasing soon. I believe it's going to debut today on your show.
Is. That's why. Well, you know what? Unfortunately, I didn't get it.
Oh.
And I'm going through my emails like crazy here today, but that's what I was going to tell you earlier. I didn't get your new song, and but I do have a couple of more here from you guys. I got Chisel and Stone, I got Numb, I got Fireball, and I was going to say we are going to kind of maybe Bev didn't send it to us because the release date was today and was going to send it to us today. I don't, but I never got it, and I can't play it. So here we go. We're going to just kind of go with that. Anyway, this Numb song, how long has that been out?
Oh man.
What was the release date for that?
Yeah.
It was July 4th or July 3rd, right?
July 3rd. So most of your stuff is pretty new, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So you guys kind of went from being this little Michigan band to boom, success. Like, how are you guys handling it?
We've been doing all kinds of things since we got started to advance as fast as we could. Like, I think our first gig was for our local radio station, opening up for Uncle Cracker and David Lee Murphy. So immediately we aimed for the big things, and then we found ourselves in Nashville with a label, and that didn't work out or whatever. But as far as handling it, like, this is what we worked for. This is what we want. So,
so you're aspiring to get to one of the big labels, is what you're doing.
I wouldn't so much say. Well, I mean, that is always the direction that an artist wants to go. I guess is the major label. That's what you dream about when you're a kid. But when you're an artist doing it, I think it means just as much to be doing the independent stuff. Maybe even more, because you have a little bit more freedom,
True. Like, there's a lot of people that we try to get on the show that we have to deal with, publicists and managers. And let's talk about your manager, Bev. What a great gal she is, man. She is so easy to get along with. It is incredible. And when I talk to her about you, she is so incredibly proud of you guys.
She's like a mom, definitely.
I was just going to say, it's like talking to your mom when I talk to Bev about you guys. Like, she is so excited about where your career is going. And I got to tell you, you got to talk about Bev a little bit. How did you meet Bev?
Oh, man. So I actually came across Bev on Facebook, and her last name obviously caught my attention because I know who Gosden is. And we, I guess we ended up being friends or something like that. And then we were thinking that we had to get permission to do Vern's song and all this stuff. And so I was just basically reaching out to her, asking if it would be okay, and how do we go about doing this? And she's basically said, you know, let me send me some of your stuff, well, what you have. And I think I sent her Numb and Fireball, and she invited us right down to the studio. And then once we got to the studio and we were in person with her, it was like immediate connection, like a mom and child relationship between Kurt and myself and her. It was just very easy and very natural.
Yeah, like, you know, like for people that don't know who Bev is, tell people who Bev Goslin is.
Beverly Gosden Jenkins is a amazing producer out of Covington, Georgia. She works with people in Covington, Georgia, and Nashville, Tennessee. They have the A team in Nashville and the A team in Covington. She is obviously Vern Gosden's late wife. They were married for, I think, 10 years. And she's just a beautiful person, very sweet, and that typical Southern belle. She's just wonderful.
You know, she is so kind-hearted, and you know, even when she sends me an email, it's just like when you're talking with, you know, with Bev, it's like, wow. It's like I'm talking to my mom too. It's like you gotta be polite. You just want to be polite because you know you're dealing with that perfect Southern belle. And she is so proud of you and Corey, who is also one of her guys that'll be on our show next week. But let's just take a break here. We're gonna play Fireball right now and let people know exactly what you sound like here on the radio at Access Radio. And we're gonna be back with Enemy Line right after their hit Fireball right here on In Conversation. Clear.
Oh, geez, the link's like 100 yards long.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, we can post that on our webpage here in a few minutes. If www.theenemyline.com, you can reach all our social media through that.
No. We're just people from Michigan, man. Right.
Right. Well, we get called the Yoopers, the people that live in the Upper Peninsula. They refer to the people that live in the Lower Peninsula as trolls, since we're under the bridge.
I don't think you know what you're talking about anymore.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to give me 30 seconds here because we got about 22 seconds and we're back live. And I am live on my Facebook page. Welcome, everybody. Go over to www.accessradio.ca, the countryside, and we got the Enemy Line here live with us. So come on over there and check us out. Hey, there you go. Welcome back, everybody. I have got to tell you, we've got Mega Band Enemy Line right here at Access Radio with us and in conversation with, of course, good old Sauerkraut and myself, Don Pearse. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome, Scotland. I see you peeking in there. And we are live in 5 countries right now. We have the Mega Band Enemy line with us. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am ecstatic to have these guys here with us. I never thought in the life of me that, Sauerkraut, that when we reached out to these guys that, they would actually come on. They're such a mega band now. And, I don't have any hair, so it doesn't really matter. But we could talk about your haircut today. You finally got her right, because on the cabin you were kind of, you got it in control. Yeah, except 5 minutes for the friggin' show. He says to me, I got to run out. I says, why do you got to? We've got 5 minutes before enemy line's going to be here. I need more gel, he says.
Real problem.
No, he forgot his computer cord at home. The life of beauty, right? I don't know why you don't put a cot in there. You're there all the time. Anyway. Yeah, I know. She already told me. Yeah, okay. Anyway, let's get back to enemy line because I'm tired of looking at your ugly face. I want that cute little redhead back here.
Here I am.
Yeah, there he is. There she is. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to your life. We don't give a damn about Sauerkraut's life, do we? Anyway, let's talk about your family. You're married?
I am married. I've been married for 2 years. We've been together for almost 9 years.
Yeah. Kids?
4 kids, yes.
4 kids. How do you find this pandemic in raising kids these days?
Mine are kind of desensitized and used to all this, which makes me sad, but kids are resilient and they adjust to any lifestyle you throw at them. So they're going to be just fine. They're just growing up in a little bit different of a world than we did.
Yeah, no kidding. Are they in school or are they homeschooled?
I've got one of my daughters is still on virtual learning with Mason here, and then I've got a kindergartner, a boy who was, obviously starting kindergarten in this situation is going to be hard for any kid. So I actually teach him myself, and my husband teaches him, and then got one more daughter that's in homeschool here with me.
Yeah, and let's talk about your daughter a little bit. You've got a daughter that's not feeling so good. She's got some issues. Let's talk about that a little bit.
I do. I have a 3-year-old beautiful little girl named Grayson, and she was diagnosed on November 6th of last year with an inoperable brain tumor here at U of M at the hospital. And so basically we were told we had 3 weeks to 3 months and just enjoy the time we had with her. And that was a super dark time for my husband and I don't even know how many days passed in that little window there, but I woke up one day and I just had fight in me, and I was not willing to accept that. So we started doing our research, and it led us to an amazing surgeon down in Memphis. His name is Dr. Rick Boop, and he works closely with St. Jude's. Long story short, he got her down there. He took out 90% of this inoperable tumor. And fantastic. Yeah, he's amazing. We love him. My husband actually hugged him. I think he picked him up off the ground and spun with him too. It was really funny.
So how is she doing? How is the little girl doing?
Well, we got her back home and everything was great. And we had to start chemo for the remaining 5 to 10% of the tumor. And then we find out she's allergic to chemo. So her first treatment almost put her in the ground. And then we had no other options, to fight the rest of this, and we couldn't just let it grow back because then everything was in vain. So we started looking into medical marijuana, and she's actually the youngest medical marijuana patient, one of the youngest in the country right now. But it's treating. When
you say that, she's not smoking dope. She's actually using. No, of course not. You got to explain a little bit more. People, I know that, but you know what? We had a lot of strange people in this world.
No, I totally understand.
When you say marijuana, in some people's eyes, the hair just went curly on the back of their head.
Yeah, it was hard for me too to even think about treating my child with that. I didn't want my child ingesting marijuana at all or being high. That was really like difficult for me. But when you're a parent and it's your only option, it's either that or die, you try it, And
it's kind of got you into a little bit of the CBD oil business, right?
Yes. I have a company called Beyond Belief, and I sell all the oils that she takes. But the most important thing she's on is called Rick Simpson oil, and that's like a jelly kind of substance. It's highly concentrated THC, and you take it with food. What it does is go in and eats at the cancer cells, eats at the tumor, and then you give her the CBD side by side, and that goes in and prevents any tumor cells from regrowing. So it's amazing what it can do. It really is. And I'm a huge advocate for it.
Perfect. As most people know that listen to my show, I am dealing with third stage liver cancer myself. So, and CBD oils and marijuana was prescribed to me in the early stages for my vomiting and, appetite and stuff like that. So I do understand what you're talking about, but most people don't. And there's a lot of times that when people ask me about it and I explain to them how it makes me feel, they look at me like I'm stupid. Well, you kidding me? How does marijuana help you? Well, it does, because when you got cancer and you're going through all the stuff that your daughter and I go through, you don't really feel like eating much. I can tell you that.
No.
After all that, my heart goes out to you. Is it, you guys? Financially, how is this helping you guys? Is it hurting you guys financially? Like, you got some fundraisers going on to help you out, or share that stuff, because we want to help.
Yeah, she's got a huge community built around her that I started on Facebook right before her surgery. I was just trying to get as many people praying for her as I could with me all at once, and it turned into this giant community of 51,000 people that follow her and our family, and they genuinely care about us and our family, and they all have donated so much to her, and they keep her medicine. Her medicine is $1,000 a month.
Oh my God!
Wow.
And then you have to pay for your other children's lives, and then your house payment and everything. So you're still paying all your bills, and then boom, this $1,000 a month comes on, and it's like, even if I had money coming out of my ears, $1,000 a month on top of your budget is difficult.
Because we all live on our lifestyles. Like, let's face it.
Yeah, you spend as much as you make, and that's sometimes the problem. And then all of a sudden $1,000 comes in, and you got to figure out a way to make another $1,000.
Yeah,
not
crazy.
Necessarily the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, and
how does Uncle Kurt handling all this? Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt, but I want to get Kurt involved in this conversation. How is Kurt handling all this with, your Uncle Kurt? Like, it must be just as trying on your family as it is yours.
Oh yeah, those kids, they love the heck out of me.
Well, who don't like Uncle, right? Like, every kid loves their uncle. It's just a thing to do. Like, where can we help out? Like, where can Access Radio, put people over to your pages to help out with this?
What I did for her, as soon as we found out, I immediately reached out to the music community, and we put together a benefit for her, and we raised just under $8,000, I believe, for her, or something like that.
That is perfect.
That's a good start, right?
Sauerkraut. Enemy Line, we have this new concept we're coming up with our new e-concert coming up here pretty quick. Why can't we do something for the girl with that rooftop thing you're doing?
We could indeed. We would have to get some releases signed and stuff like that, but I don't see a problem with that at all. We could definitely do that.
Yeah, so we're having a rooftop concert here with some of the Canadian artists, because obviously we can't get that on the U.S. side.
Literally on the roof, like they're going to be singing from the roof of a building.
Oh, I want to come.
Yeah, well, you know what? Maybe we'll have to set one up there in Michigan too. But the problem is that we have to isolate for for 14 days when we come back from there. Not when we go there, because apparently the Quarantine Act in the U.S. only applies to U.S. citizens. It doesn't apply to tourists, which is weird. But in Canada, it applies to both tourists and to residents of Canada too. So it's kind of strange, but it is strange
with
times.
All the people we know in this, with all the people we know in this music business.
Yeah.
You know, with all the management and labels and everybody that we know, we should be able to do something to help these guys out.
Yeah, why not?
I do want to say this too about her health, so that people aren't getting the wrong idea. The medication that she is on, the natural medication that we've gone with, has kept her remaining tumor stable from surgery to now. So it's doing everything that chemotherapy would do without all of the
side effects.
Well, let's put it, I do the chemotherapy. Well, I did the chemotherapy bullshit. And you know what? That's a lot of poison going into you, and it really makes you feel like shit. And you know, and I'm over 50, and I know how it makes me feel. And your daughter's 3. You know, like, come on. And if we can help in any way, girl, man, reach out to us. And if you've got a campaign going on, reach out to Access Radio, and we will be a part of it. I can guarantee you that.
Thank you. Yeah, her website is Pray for Gray. So if you just go to Facebook and you look up Pray for Gray, she'll pop right up. She's the first one. So.
Pray for Gray. There you guys heard.
Pray for Gray. Everybody get onto that Facebook page right now.
Yep.
And get over there. Like there's a few thousand of you listening to this show. Get over there and do it right now.
Show your support. If everybody here listening goes and just donates, you know, like $5. $5.
Like even
come on.
$1.
Yeah, even $1. Yeah, but let's go to $5 and give them some real support. We're talking about a little child here. We're not talking about old Don Pearse over there who's lived most of his life.
Well, that's it.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, you know what? I take life. He is, and I take life. I do not take it for granted anymore. I can tell you that. As Sauerkraut knows, that I live life pretty freely now. It's my mouth gets me in more trouble now than it ever has. I can guarantee you that. Holy man! When someone tells you you got a death sentence, you know what? It's time to stick your finger up at the world and say, "Let's live." That's right. You know, like I got hundreds of emails saying, "Oh my God, are you going to leave the show? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that?" No, I'm not going to leave the show. This is my life. You know, this is what I do. And people don't understand until they you know, I run into people like you that are dealing with it on a personal level, that really understand what that whole concept of living life is. And you know, Kurt, even though it's your niece, it changes your way of thinking of life, doesn't it? How short, how, you know what I mean? And what a thought to have to live with every day, you know, that your young niece or your daughter, you know, is going through this. And as a parent and an uncle, family member, there's absolutely F all you can do about it. And it's scary.
Very scary.
Even at 50, when I sat down and the doctor looked at me and he told me what was going on, it was like I didn't hear a damn word after he said you had the 3rd stage of, you know, cancer. Yeah. I didn't hear a damn word. You know, and that must have been the same for you.
It's like your head goes underwater and everything's like muffled, and you really can't hear. That same thing happened to me when they came in. Yeah.
You know, and people don't understand that. But anyway, folks, we are with Access Radios in conversation. We got Megaband, Enemy Line here with us, and we're going to do one more number from Enemy Line right here. Coming up here on Access Radio. If you want to hear this on YouTube, go over to www.accessradio.ca. Hit the country channel, and you're going to hear the great music of Enemy Line right now. Here we go with Numb and Enemy Line right here on In Conversation with Don Pearse and Sauerkraut. We're on the radio.
There you go. And if you are here, yep.
I attempted to resend Made for Loving You to your email. I don't know if that will make a difference for your show today or not, but
I can download that in about 30 seconds if it comes up, but I got to wait till after your song goes or I'll shut you off. Okay. Welcome to the internet, Kurt. And if you get if that song gets to me today, it'll be on the air today.
Oh, awesome.
Guarantee it.
Cool.
Yeah, apparently my audio wasn't working for a while.
Guess what?
You got
Kurt, it's right here.
There you go.
Awesome.
Apparently,
Sorry
my
about that,
audio
John.
wasn't working earlier today, so people couldn't hear me earlier when I was talking about, Detroit and and you guys not being youpers and yopers and stuff like that, so being trolls. But they heard you; they just didn't hear me. So
That must have been awkward for the listeners. Like, what are they talking
oh,
about?
you know what? Every once in a while, I do that, and for whatever reason, my microphone doesn't come through on all the channels exactly the same. And it was just a button that I had to click in order for it to work. But yeah, there was one that I did like a whole 20 minutes, and I thought it was hilarious. Somebody said that they couldn't hear me. I was like, oh my God, I'm not even going to fix it. I'm just going to keep on going the whole entire show. They're going to have to guess what I'm saying by reading my lips type thing. It was made a big deal about it. And, you could still hear Don and the other people talking. But every time I spoke, it was just like, okay, what the hell is he saying now? So.
Yeah, I don't know how many times, and I'm not going to mention names and throw anybody under the bus, but this happens to.
Go ahead, Kurt. Throw him under the bus, buddy.
How many times we've been at a show and the sound engineer is running around like pulling their hair out. I don't know why I'm not getting sound, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, it's this button. And it's just one button, and then it's all fixed.
So it's always the way it is. It's always one button. It's only something simple.
Go ahead, Sauerkraut.
I'm already done. I said it's always something simple. That's all it is. It's never ever anything difficult.
Well, you know what? You say that, but if you're not an engineer, it's not that simple.
Well,
you make fun of me all the friggin' time. Like, I touch a wrong button here, Kurt. I'll tell you, there was one time we were doing right in the middle of the In Conversation show. I hit a button, nothing was working, so I'm thinking, what the hell's going on here? I pulled out a cord, plugged it back in, and I blew up the whole system, shut the whole radio station down all over the world.
Oh, no.
And we were down for a week.
Oh,
so just for me blowing up my system here, it shut everybody down.
I've done the same thing to myself many times. I don't know. Probably I can think of 2 or 3 times that I'm like, why am I not getting sound out of my amp? What's going on? And I'm not even into the stupid amp yet, and I'm just like, geez.
Yeah, I sometimes when Don says I'm having a problem, I just say, "Did you turn the volume up?"
Turn it off and on again.
No, just turn the volume up first. Let's start there. And he's like, "Oh yeah, okay, I forgot." It turns out it was the volume, or something silly like that.
Look at Kimmy over there, Mom.
Yeah, or is your microphone plugged in?
Mom, and no, I'm getting coffee.
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were pouring one of the kids some milk or something.
No.
Welcome to my fucking world. Did I say that?
Frickin', yeah.
We're not on the radio. I can say that. He can edit it out.
Yeah. Well, not when we're live on YouTube.
Well.
Oops.
If we say it too much, they try to demonetize us.
Hey, do you guys say ope in Canada?
Sorry, what was that?
Do you guys say ope in Canada? Like when you walk by someone, is it like ope?
Ope.
Like if you almost run into somebody, like say 2 people are walking towards each other, they almost like run into each other and like, oh.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if we do that often. I don't know if we do it intentionally. If we do, but we say sorry a lot.
Hey, that was Enemy Line and Numb right here on In Conversation with Don Pearse and Sauerkraut, and we have Mega Band in with us, Enemy Line, here this morning. What a great band! I got to tell you, they are so interesting to have on here. We are talking with them now about one of their daughters, and I got to tell you, it's an interesting story. Go on to, let's say the webpage again, Sauerkraut.
Which
Pray for
webpage?
Gray on Facebook.
Life for Gray, right?
Pray for Gray.
Pray for Gray. Pray for Gray.
Spelled Pray, pray, not like Prey.
Did you go on?
And Gray, is it Gray or Grey?
Yeah, I can't find it either.
Gray. So it's just pray for Gray.
Yes. Okay. So PrayForGray. Pray for Gray on Facebook. Check it out.
Yes.
Sorry, we were talking about something just during that break about the oop. So I just want to see where that's going. Where's that going? Where was that going?
That's us. That's what we say. I guess it's something
Michigan.
different that Michigan people do.
Yeah, we do a lot of the sorry instead of, so when we run into somebody, sorry, and like we oversay it. You know,
we're the
like
most polite people in the world.
Yeah, but literally when I go, because I just live right at the border, I could just cross at any time, right? And so I cross over, and you know, I'll bump into somebody and say sorry. They're like, hey, you don't have to say sorry. Sorry. You know, we just say it over. We use it too much, actually. That or a, because when people say that Canadians say a lot, they're not lying. We do say a lot, and anybody who says that they don't is a liar. But we do not say about, and we say about. We do say about, but not about.
We don't say rough.
We don't say rough. No, it's roof.
It's a roof.
Yeah. We don't say pin. We say pen. Right. So.
Yeah, and it's not Z. It's Z.
Yeah.
Yeah. I learned that.
Yes, and
I learned that.
And the beaver is a true and noble animal.
Unless his first name is Justin.
That's a beaver.
Oh, he's a beaver.
That's different. Yeah. All
so many people call him Justin Beaver. You know, so many people call him Justin Beaver.
No, just a beaver.
Just a beaver. Yeah, he's a beaver of a Canadian. Anyway, we've got Mega Group here, Mega Line on Mega Line, Enemy Line here on Access Country with In Conversation. Man, you guys are going so fast. You know, you guys had a couple of gigs canceled, but financially, let's explain to the people what that does to an independent artist when one gig just gets canceled.
I'll let you take that, Curdy.
I love her. You get the hard questions, buddy. Let's talk about money.
It's kind of a double-edged sword. Although it takes money out of our pockets and time away from us interacting with our fans, it opens up a lot more time for us to get in the studio and write and create. So it's kind of a double-edged sword.
And I guess, luckily enough, you guys, music right now is kind of, for everybody is kind of on a hiatus. And lucky enough, you both have other jobs. Like Sis over there has her own business selling the CBD oils and stuff. And you yourself are a construction worker.
Yeah, I run a construction crew for a company called Big Sky. They're out of Holly, Michigan, and the owner is like one of my best friends from high school. Like I said, so he allows me whatever time I need to pursue my music.
And what kind of construction do you guys do? Like building houses? What do you guys do?
It's mainly big commercial stuff, parking garages, concrete, and then one of the contracts. There's a big department store in like the region here called Meijer, and it's kind of like Walmart's competition around here. We have a contract with them where we do a lot of remodel work for their stores, and they have so many stores that it's just store to store to store, replacing, doing demos and just resituating the entire store from front to back.
Wow. So do you have a specialty in this business that you do? Because you play the damn guitar so well. I just hate you to hurt them. I was going to say it again. Friggin' hands.
I would say my specialty is taking as much time off work as anybody can without getting fired.
Oh, there you go. That's
now wait a minute. Now he sounds like me. No.
Yeah, but also you need to have calloused hands to play guitar. So construction workers and guitars kind of go together.
Yeah, you find a lot of musicians in construction, a lot.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You got to have those calloused hands, and if you have dainty hands like Don, never touched a tool in his life, you're not going to be able to play guitar very well. I'm just screwing with you, Don. I'm screwing with you.
Me and you are going to have a conversation about work relationships.
It'll be a show called Out of Conversation.
It's a good friggin' thing that we're 3,000 miles apart. Yeah. Well, you're just lucky we're 3,000 miles apart.
Yeah. The old Don would have jumped in a truck and drove down here and beat my ass. What's wrong? Come on, Don. Get in the truck and get going. Let's go.
I don't know. I have these appointments at this hospital. I got to do 3 times a week. That really kind of sucks. Kind of blows my travel plans.
You mean you can't drive 3,000 miles in one day and then get back for your stuff the next day?
Hey, do you remember just not more than 3 months ago when I said I'd be in Niagara Falls at 2:00 in the morning the following day? Was I not there?
Well, I think I think it was later, but yeah. It
I
took
got
you
in
a
about
while.
5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Because I had to stop and eat.
Yeah.
But anyway, we have Mega Band here with us. Let's get back to them and not our beauty conversation.
Mega Band, The Enemy Line.
The Enemy Line. Yeah, what a great band. What came up with the name? Who came up with that name?
That was actually a media company here at home that we partnered up with for a while. 1887 Media. They do all of our music videos and stuff like that. We did a rebranding of ourselves, and part of that was coming up with a new name that fit us all.
Yeah, I have a problem with your name, The Enemy Line. I always leave out the. I always just call you Enemy Line, and
yeah.
We get that a lot too.
Yeah, don't worry. Bev corrected me.
I bet she did.
So, you got this Chiseled in Stone. We got to talk about that. Great Vern Gosling song. Have you got any criticism for doing that song?
I have not heard
I've
anything.
not heard one negative thing since that song's been released.
Because when I tell you that it is the best version I've heard of that song, I got to tell you it is. And I don't mean to piss off Bev or not, but I think he even do it better than Vern. So,
I don't know.
But
Thank you is all I can say to that.
Yeah, Bev's gonna be on the phone here. What the hell are you talking about? I'm just giving Bev a little rub too. Anyway, so what's next for The Enemy Line?
Next is we need to finish up our album here in the spring, but in the meantime, we are trying to set up a tour with Corey Stevenson to go up and down the East Coast a little bit and make some noise. And January 20th through the 22nd, we will be in South Carolina with him. He has been gracious enough to give us half of his show time and pay us.
Wow.
So
and to pay you.
And we're getting paid from the club, and
you get paid.
It's going to be
to do this stuff.
So,
hey, wait a minute. I see a problem with this. Sauerkraut, how come I don't get paid? If they get paid, how come I don't get paid?
I plead the fifth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm allowed to do that because we have American guests on. So American politics, I plead the fifth.
What he's not telling you is that we both are. Well, I'm married to an American citizen, and his wife is half American because her father is a U.S. citizen.
Well, she's a dual. She's a dually.
She's a dually. Yeah.
Yeah.
No such. Either you're Canadian or you're not. Take it.
No, she's got both passports. She's a dually.
Yeah, so does my friend.
We actually have a family friend out in that lives out just east of Port Huron in Canada, about an hour outside of Port Huron, from Fort Huron, Michigan, into Canada. Her name's Judy, and
love you, Judy.
Yeah, hi Judy Bug. She has a giant community over there that has been supporting us for the last 2 years.
Nice.
Hour from Port Huron. So where's that? London?
Ish. Yeah.
Or I don't know. Cambridge, maybe.
I don't know the exact town because I'm not allowed to go to Canada.
What do you mean you're not allowed to go to Canada? How the hell are you going to come onto our rooftop tour if you're not allowed in Canada, you convict, you?
Well, I'm allowed in Canada. That's just a joke we have. When I was 19, I got put in the clink over there. So
yeah, well, you're not allowed in Canada right now, anyways, unless it's essential. But we could figure out a way to make it essential.
You wait a minute. You just walked right. Wait a minute. Let's go back a couple of steps. What do you mean you got thrown in the clink?
No.
That's an interesting story.
Yeah, but we're not going to destroy this guy's career.
Oh, there's no bad publicity, right?
Yeah, all right. If you say so. All right.
Man,
he got thrown in the clink.
Well, he's an outlaw, but Jesus, he was just in beer, bourbon, and outlaws on the cabin, so that fits right.
All right.
Why the hell didn't you bring? I dug that up. I couldn't dig that up. Like, why couldn't I find that?
Oh, it was so long ago. Like, okay, I'm a lot older than I look as well. So it was about 20 years ago. 20 years ago. And
so you're 39.
Yeah, I just turned 39 in October. I'll be 40 next year, and I was just 19. You know, the big thing when you're 19 in Michigan is let's go to Canada and drink because you can.
Because you can, yes. Yes.
And then, you know, you just drink and that stuff makes you act like an idiot, which is why I've quit drinking altogether pretty much. So.
All right.
I like that phrase. Pretty much.
So yeah.
Quit drinking. Pretty much.
So you got you got thrown in the drunk tank.
That's what I was. And then of course I was being obnoxious, making fun of the Canadian police, which I apologize for.
You know, so here's what you need to do.
You probably run into a local cop. You let him run into one of our RCMPs.
Yeah, exactly.
It was
they're kind of like running into a Michigan State cop. You know.
Yeah.
They all should wear a big A on the top of their hats, and we all know what that stands for.
But yeah. But here's what happened in with the Rolling Stones. So they got in some trouble over here. Keith Richards did with possession of drugs. And in order to be allowed to still cross the border, they had to agree to do a free concert, and they did. So they did a free concert for Toronto when SARS happened. So this was the last pandemic, SARS, that actually hit Toronto and China. That was it. Didn't hit anywhere else. So they did this festival called SARS, and ever since then, Mick Jagger and Keith Richards have been kissing Canadian politicians' arses. And so maybe that's what you need to do. You need to come do the rooftop concert. Say, hey, I'm going to do the rooftop concert for Access Radio. You can't give me a hard time anymore.
Right. I would love to come do that. And I don't think there would be any problems in that. It's kind of just a running joke with us.
Yeah.
We always made.
Well, you know what though? Hey, you know what though? We can get him. We can get him here. You know that?
We can what?
They can fly in here.
They still have to isolate 14 days, which sucks.
Yeah, well, we'll isolate them right at the hotel there where they're playing the rooftop.
There we go.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Hey, you want to come to Canada for 14 days?
Yes, we do.
15.
15,
yeah. They want to get out to do the tourist thing at least one day.
Go look at snow.
It's too cold. Yeah, I don't want to do tourists anything.
Okay, hold on a second.
They live in Michigan and they're telling us too cold.
It's got to be colder there.
No, so people always think
colder
this.
here than where you are.
Yeah, people always think this that Canada has, as soon as you cross the borders, mountains and snow and igloos. That's it. I'm gonna tell you, I've been to Flint, Michigan. I've been to Flint, Michigan, and it was colder in Flint, Michigan there than what it was here in Canada. And that's the truth. Now, literally, our temperature. I live in a place where there's a microclimate, so it's got its own little thing, and we'll get snow for one day and then it melts. We don't get any substantial snow where I am. In order to get substantial snow, I have to drive about 2-3 hours north of my house. And then Don, well, he lives in the friggin' mountains. So yeah, he's the stereotypical Canadian. Yeah. I mean, the only thing you don't see there is that he's wearing a fur hat, but everything else, he's that guy. The snow, the mountains, it snows in August there where he's at. I don't know how you could live in a place like that yet, July, August. But yeah, we still, I mean, our temperature changes from Fahrenheit to Celsius at the border. So it looks like it's colder here, but 33 degrees Celsius is like 89, 90 degrees Fahrenheit, right? So
there's another myth too. And it's not just the weather. It's like, I feel like as soon as I cross the border, there's going to be like a pack of angry bears. And I have a serious phobia of bears. Like even here where I live, I'm like, I can't camp because I'm scared of bears.
I haven't seen a bear for about 2 years, and that's because I was camping about, again, 8 hours north of my house. There's no bears as soon as you cross over. Anywhere in the main area, there's no bears until you get to like Barrie.
Well, I'll tell you what happened.
Oh my gosh, and it's called Barrie.
Barrie, Ontario.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you, I live in the Elk Valley of British Columbia, Canada, out in the mountains, and we do have hundreds of elk here. But let me tell you a little story about bears. First day of school this year, before the pandemic hit, they closed the school. First day of school, got a big notice, school's closed. Why? Because 2 grizzly bears playing in the bloody playground. So they closed the school because of the
die.
grizzly bears. So yeah, we do. Where I live, we actually have not just black bears, we have grizzly bears, and they will walk right down the middle of my street. So it's like, yeah, but I live in the mountains, and I live kind of in a rural part of the mountains.
We just have little quaint little black bears running around.
There's nothing quaint about any kind of bear.
You just want, you know what? I was just going to say a really bad joke about a bare ass, but I just won't do it. I just can't do it. Anyway, we've got Mega Band here with us, Enemy Line, and I got it. See, I said it again. Enemy Line. I didn't add the. And you know why? You know why? Because it's not the, it's the over there, right?
I don't know.
The both. They use it both. But
we say both.
Yeah. The Enemy Line is kind of how we say it when you're saying our name, I guess.
Yeah. The enemy line.
The enemy line. Let's debate on that. What sounds better, the or the?
We better get a vote going on. We got to have a whole thing on Facebook, and I'll write which sounds better, the or the, and I'm gonna spell it exactly the same. And so you're gonna have to pick out and differentiate which one is the and which one is the. All right.
Yeah. You know what? You the only
problem is Facebook does for names. It'll be like, the pronounced the.
Yeah.
We'll put a poll on our page too, Kurt, and see what the ones say.
Can you imagine that? People are going to be so confused. We want to know what's better, the or the, and they're going to be looking at they're both the same.
No,
unless you run into Lyle Mannering, right? You don't get down south there. That guy's a character. You guys made some great contacts the other day at the Captain. How did you guys like being involved in the Captain? It's an unusual show.
I loved it. I thought it was fun. I think another episode in the future is definitely needed, and since I'm a little more.
And that's why at the beginning, that's why we always have you come in early to let you know that this is not your typical radio show by any friggin' means.
Right.
We try to do that purposely because we do not want to be the Bobby Bones of country music. Same old friggin' questions all the time. How you been doing the pandemic? Well, how's your life in the pandemic? Well, what's your next single going to be during the pandemic? I'm so tired of hearing about this friggin' pandemic that we decided we're going to have fun with it. Like, we make fun of your sidekick there about, the pretty one there with the red hair. We're not afraid. We are not politically correct by any means. I can friggin' tell you that.
My hair is not red.
The next thing, your hair. We do
another show. We do another show here in Michigan, in Lapeer, and we're going on it this Saturday too. And they get pretty loose on there. So
I seen that.
We're used to it, but it's kind of like, I guess when we come through you guys, we understand that we're in a way different and bigger market. You know what I mean? And the show we're doing at home is like a local thing, and it's just, you feel more at home. You know what I mean? And
throw them out a shout out, man. You're not gonna hurt my friggin' radio.
Oh yeah, the Brothers Stone Show on Solid State Radio.
There you go.
Keith Stanley's the host. Adam the engineer. These guys, they're just hilarious. They're a great group of guys, and every time we come in there to interview, they prior to getting there, they're asking what we drink. They have all their stuff there for us.
There you go.
Take care of us really well. So
the in-studio ones are much better, and I can't wait till we start getting them here again, right? I've got the you can see behind me. We just kind of turn around the outfit, but I have those chairs. They're sitting there empty. They're back
all
there.
The
You see, they're
sad,
back there. Yeah, it is sad. It's pretty sad. And again, this isn't just the only spot of the studio. There's a whole other huge spot over there, so that we can actually have live bands here. But unfortunately,
we can't
right now, which is dumb. Your restrictions there. What are your restrictions like right now?
There's restrictions everywhere.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Right now, in our state, see, it's different state to state because some people have brains and some people don't. And in our state, our governor has just shut us down. It was supposed to be until the 8th, and then she recently just extended the shutdown to the 20th, which includes no bars and restaurants unless they have outdoor seating, and who wants to sit outside when it's
in the winter.
20 degrees.
Yeah.
In Michigan, too. It's so cold in Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't go. I mean, we can't go anywhere. Everywhere you go, you have to have a mask on. People are on your case constantly about it, and I mean, I personally feel like if you want to protect yourself, wear a mask. But I also feel like, give it to me. Let me make some.
Well, you have asthma too, and that's probably a lot harder on you.
Yeah, it is. But if I get the
there
corona,
goes the big sister. Hey, you're wearing your mask. You have asthma.
I feel I'm a little bit more accepting of it because of Gray's situation, and I don't know. It's just a precaution, and if it helps, it helps. And I just like
you're out there. You were out there.
Sure.
You were got to be for a mega superstar. Like you guys are climbing up there to that status. You're out there. I follow your Facebook page, girl, and you're a brave girl to do what you did yesterday. I'll tell you that.
I'm super proud of that. I can't wait. I can't wait.
It was like when I first saw it, I thought,
wait, what that
brave girl? Look at her Facebook page.
Oh, me and your girl on the weight loss stuff is what he's talking about.
Yeah, like I am talking about it. I even seen the little side tattoo there. Where the husband's the only person supposed to see that.
I try to keep my tramp stamp covered. So
yeah, do you? All right. You guys,
as long as it doesn't say enter here, you're good, man.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. He was talking about his, not yours. But so you guys like ink, obviously.
Now you're talking like we're in the car.
Oh yeah, we're all jacked up, man.
Yeah, nice. See, Don's niece, I'm married to his niece, and she won't let me do my arms. I wanted sleeves and stuff like that. She won't let me do that. My tattoos have to be hidden. So I do have tattoos. They're just all under the shirt, and yeah. And if I go topless, some of them I have to have covered. She won't let me show some of my tattoos.
Tweety Bird. He's just got a freaking tattoo of Tweety Bird.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, but no, I've got some questionable tattoos on me, and everybody does, and that's what's great. But she'll go and she'll be like, okay, we're going to the water park. Here's a bandage for that tattoo, and if that bandage falls off, you run to the bathroom as quick as possible and cover it up. So yeah, that's my life.
I got all my. See, I was lucky enough in my life that I had a tattoo artist as a friend of mine. So all my bad ones, let's get drunk and pull out the pin,
Yeah, aren't yours all prison tats?
No, the one that I did have got covered. So I know all about Kurt's life and the clink. I can tell you that. But no, that was a long time ago. You had to bring that up, didn't you?
No secrets around here.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what, Kurt? My life is an open book, and that is the way I do my show. But anyway, we got to get moving on here with you guys.
Speaking of open book, we got to close this book soon.
Yeah, no doubt. Anyway, you guys, man, thank you for coming on here and sharing your life with us. And do not forget, look up, pray for Gray, and let's get some support out here for this young lady. A brain tumor and part of our family now, because now that the enemy line, whichever way you want to call it, we're going to have a vote on that. Let's show them that we are a big family here at Access Radio and show them support. Get on that page, do some donating, hit them up on their Facebook page, and let's grow their YouTube page. And I'm going to tell you guys that fallacy about 1,000 subscriptions there. Talk to this guy. He'll help you. He doesn't do nothing for cheap, but I'll tell you, if you guys want on YouTube, this guy will get you on YouTube before your 1,000 viewers up there. Anyway, he knows how to do anything, but let's just work together, you two, and keep in touch. I'm going to have your new song out there. Let's give that a little bit of a rub here. I can't get it up on the board here for some reason. Let's talk about your new song before we go. What is the name of your new song again?
It's called "Made for Loving You," and it was written in a basement when we first started. I went to Kimmy and said, we're going to start a band. We're going to do this, and she was like, "Let's go." So we went over to a buddy's house that writes songs with us. He's actually a co-writer on Numb. And he came out with, a verse and a chorus and said, here, take it and see what you can do with it. So I put my pen to it, and then I brought it back, and it was a great song. It developed on its own organically. And it's just one of those songs you hear it and you feel like you already know it. So
good song.
That will be debuting here on Access right after this show. I'll guarantee you that. And I apologize for not having it. For some reason it didn't come through. I just got it when you sent it this morning. I just went through every email and it is not here. So anyway, that is going to be debuted here on Access right after the show. So do not forget to stay tuned and listen to that. But we are going to cover your song, Chiseled in Stone, because it is one of the best versions I have heard. It is now going to be one of your mega hits, I believe, that is going to bring you to the limelight of country music. It already has brought you to the limelight of country music, got you noticed by so many people here. I invited Mark Rosner to be in on the cabin last week just for that reason, because he is looking for entertainers for Rise Up TV and videos and all that stuff on the music channel over there. Mm-hmm. And so I know Mark pretty well, and we work with him pretty closely. And I decided that I'm going to bring him in as a guest host so he can meet all you guys and put a face to your band. I sent him your music. He's very excited about meeting you and getting you involved in the Rise Up tours and stuff like that. So that's something that may be of interest to you. They do North American tours, U.S. tours. They tour all over the place. They are actually the only management company and TV group that actually did live touring during this pandemic in Canada and the United States.
So they did both sides of the border.
They did. And they did things that most people said they were never going to do. And they said they'd never get up their own TV network. They did it. They said they would never do tours during the pandemic. They've done it. And they are planning a spring tour in the U.S., Canada, Brazil, and Mexico. So that may be something you guys be interested in. That's awesome. But as far as this radio interview goes, guys, we're going to have to cut it short because we are getting at 8 o'clock, and that's our time limit for this show. Thank you very much for coming here.
Everybody's looking at you 8 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock, but it's 8 o'clock where Don is.
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock where I am. Yeah, because we're in the mountains. So I'm 2 hours difference from you guys. So it is 8 o'clock. You're 10 o'clock over there, boy, not 11.
Yeah, it's 10. It's 10 here. Yeah.
10 here? Yeah, okay. You're not 3 hours, are you? No, you're 2 hours.
No. We're 3 hours from Mark, but not from you.
Right. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Time zones, just friggin' time zones. But anyway, it is 10 o'clock in the East, 8 o'clock here, and we're going to let the enemy line go because they do have lives. And sometimes we get talking and we forget that we're just not on a phone conversation. Anyway,
and when he says we, he means him.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, she knows. Yeah. You're not allowed to pick on the host already. Okay?
Oh, that's my privilege. I'm allowed to.
I believe engineers are allowed to do almost anything.
That's right. Like mute.
Yeah.
Like mute them at any point.
And the executive producer of the show right now. But he's also married to my niece. So, all I got to do is pick up the phone and say, Sauerkraut's picking on me.
Yeah, but all I got to do is say, you know what your uncle did today? And it works. It's a two-way street.
Now.
It's a two-way
Yeah,
street.
It's what now? Yeah. Anyway, we're going to end this radio feed here right now. And we are going to end it with Chiseled in Stone because that is one of my favorite songs by you guys. And I think that it's going to go a long way. What a beautiful song. And here they are, The Enemy Line with Chiseled in Stone. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you very much for taking the time to join us in the cabin. I will get Andrew to get a hold of you about the next edition of the cabin and for the Girls of Music. And
yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, you guys are a great band. I cannot wait to see your success. I wish you the greatest in success, and I really do. Want to tell you that you have our prayers and our support with your daughter, and we will do everything in our power to help you with that fight.
Thank you. You have our prayers as well.
Thank you very much. You know what? And send me that information on that stuff that you give your daughter. It might help me too.
I sure will. I will.
Yeah, you do that because I am a big supporter of CBDs and the whole industry. I'm not afraid to say it. I am a licensed card holder. So
Yes,
I
sir.
was actually licensed card holder long before it became legal in Canada, and as a recreational thing. Don't know how I feel about that, but anyway, it sure helped me a lot along the way. But remember that is Pray for Gray. Go and see that on Facebook. Be a supporter of this, please, and support Access Radio and the Enemy Line in their fight, and get this girl well. Anyway, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you, folks, for joining us here on In Conversation. Sauerkraut, as always, it's been a pleasure working with you, man. You do a great job of what you do. Here they are, the Enemy Stone, and chiseled in stone. The Enemy Stone. Did I just say the Enemy Stone?
You did. Yeah.
You know what? It's the Enemy Line, and I'm having a day already.
Yeah, the dementia is starting to set in. It's okay.
You know what? I get all frazzled when I got pretty girls on my show. You know that.
Yeah, but I told you to stop calling me a pretty girl. Stop calling me a pretty girl. Come on.
I can call her that now. I could be on a first name basis.
Why are you calling me a pretty girl?
I seen her tattoo on her hip, man.
All right, there you go. All right.
Oh, there goes my camera.
Well, while Don's readjusting his camera, I'm going to do the exit here for YouTube. You could switch over to the music there, Don, on Access. Oh, there you go. Perfect. But thank you, everybody down from YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Turn that red button to gray. It's easy enough. You just click it. That's it. That's all you got to do. Click that button. Don't forget to turn on the bell notifications as well, so that you know when we put out a new video and you can actually, see these live streams. Follow us on social media, all that other stuff. According to YouTube analytics, only a small percentage of people who actually view our videos actually subscribe. So that's why we're saying subscribe down below. Don't be a jackarse. Right?
A jackarse?
Yeah.
A jackarse.
And on that note, that's how we're going to